If you learn to love yourself past your mistakes, learn to love and trust the process, then that is always a battle half solved. Welcome to Night In with Joy Irongo, where we as ladies get to be transparent, love on one another, take the power we create from our pain and let it overflow into our respective lives. And today we will be joined by Lillian Irongo. Her story is that of hope, strength, and trusting the process. Hello Lillian.
Hi.
Karibu sana kwa show.
Asante sana.
We're glad and excited to have you on board. And even as we speak hope to our people outside here, to our ladies who are going through difficulties, challenging times. And you know, sometimes some people are normally motivated and find an impact from real time stories. And tell us who Lillian is right now.
Lillian is a mother of 3 beautiful children, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Nice.
She's married. Yeah.
Okay.
She's a mentor.
Okay. Oh, nice.
She's a hardworking woman who worked in the male-dominated sector, the matatu industry,
Okay.
for 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Matatu industry.
Yeah.
Wow. Una nguvu.
Yeah. You need to be strong to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Tell us more about you, where you've come from, your experiences in life.
I was born and raised in Nairobi by my father and my mother, my late mom.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We are a family of 4, 2 boys and 2 girls. I'm the second born. There's an older brother, then me, then my sister, then my younger brother. That was then, but now we are a family of 7 siblings. I have 3 stepbrothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was born in Huruma, and we used to live in my granddad plot, and that's where we were raised until when I was like in class 3. We moved to Umoja, and we lived there from 93 till like my sister still lives there, so we call it still our family home. But myself, I live in Jiru with my family. My late mom, she was my everything. Someone I looked up to. Someone who showed me what love is. And it is very unfortunate that I lost her at a tender age. I remember I was in class 8, waiting to sit for my exam, and I was in a boarding school in Meru. It was that term, and a friend of mine came and told me, I had the principal talking to like your dad, saying that you're needed home. So the principal had to make a story and say that I have to go home because of fee balance. And I was in class 8, and I was in that school from class 5 to 8, and I've never been chased away because of fee balance. So that was strange to me.
Yeah, this time you're wondering who anasema nini.
Yeah, but in our life, my mom had epilepsy. So in my mind, I'm that person who always think of ahead. And I was like, I remember there's a day I used to tell my mom when she visited me, Mom, the day you'll die, and they will not tell me, I don't know what I will do, because, you know, our generation, our dads didn't get close to us like now. Like I can give my daughter or my children to their dad and they go out without me.
Yeah.
So we knew only our mom. Visiting, it was our mother who used to come. My father had never visited me from class 5. And I was in class 8 now. So when I heard that I had to go home because of school fees, I had question marks. And I said, God, on my way, I knew if something bad has happened, I knew it was my mom. But I was saying, oh God, let it not be my mom, let it not be my mom. The vehicle I boarded delayed a lot on the way. And I reached home around 6:30. I remember our home, we have like 2 doors, the front door and you can get with the back door. I got in the back door and we had a landline. I found my dad calling the school because I was not yet home. And he saw me. You know, when I got in the back, with the back door, I found people cooking tea with a big sufuria, and I know this is matanga. But when I got in and saw my dad on the phone, I knew it was my mom. I just got in the bedroom, found my grandmother there, crying, tell me that my mom was going to be with the Lord. And that was the beginning of me being a fighter. I remember because of people crowding in our home, I used to go and sleep at my aunt's place, just around Umoja. And in the morning I had to wait for breakfast, then we come back home. And there was this friend of my mom, her best friend, whom I'm named after, the name Lillian. She used to come and say, now you're happy your mother died and you found your way, now you can start loitering. That broke me down. This was my godmother, like my godmother, you know, someone my mother loved, even to name her daughter. And she's saying these words. And I remember I cried the whole day. And like tomorrow was the burial day. No one knew where I was. In the evening is when they found me. I had gotten sick. I was shivering, I was feeling cold, I had no strength. I was taken to hospital and the doctor said she has to be admitted. And my dad said she can't be. Tomorrow is her mother's burial and she has to be there. I remember the day of the burial, in the morning I couldn't wake up, I was so weak. So they had to go without me to the mortuary. So I didn't get to like view.
Your mother's
For the last time. And you know our tradition, the Kikuyu, it's only at the mortuary we can open the casket. I didn't get that opportunity to see my mother for the last time. And remember, I was in a boarding school. So I can't even recall the last time we were like face to face together. And that day of the burial, the burial was being done at PC Umoja. So the service was there. And they had to come back to Umoja. So I just stayed home. When they came back, I went to the church. The service was over. I got sick. I started shivering. And they suggested I be put at my dad's friend's car so that like I can get comfortable. And
in the hospital, they just told you ni baridi tu, or did they even tell you that or maybe it was depression that was making you sick?
I think it was depression because I was not sick. I was not like even feeling pain anywhere. I just felt cold and I had no strength. So when we went for the burial, I remember the vehicle we delayed. And when I reached, you know, when the service is done, when you go to the grave, things had just done quickly because the service is already done. I remember I was being waited for to throw the mchanga in. And I didn't even get to see him go down, to see her go. Yeah. And that broke my heart. And from that time, you know, you've cried all you had. All the person who meant a lot to you is gone. And after that, I remember, I don't cry in funerals. Unless you're very close to me or you had an impact in my life, it is very hard for me to cry. Because I cried it all when my mom died. And after that, I had to pick myself up. Being the second born and the big girl, because my brother was older. At that time, he was in Form 2, I was in Class 8, and we had other siblings. So I had to pick myself up. After like few months, my dad married. And the reason he married is because my younger brother was in nursery. So he wanted...
Needed someone to raise the baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a stepmother who had a son. The same age with my brother.
Okay.
And I was still in boarding school, so I didn't know what was going on. And I found out that she didn't look... The way she looked at her son, it's not the same the way she looked at my brother. And we complained to our grandmother and told her, we don't see the need of having a stepmother if we are seeing things different. You know, that age when the boys are in nursery, they like going to like the mtaro, play. You find my brother is so dirty, no one is following up. And that broke my heart. And we told our grandmother, we don't want a stepmother. If dad has to marry, let us stay alone. We had a house help. So, because we were still young, let dad stay and come and be visiting us and coming. And that's how we've been living. But what pained me the most is my mom first anniversary, death anniversary. My stepmother is in those photos. She came for the first anniversary.
Okay.
As part of the family, she had already...
So
Yeah.
for you, you feel pain. It's like she was involved too soon. It's like your dad didn't even prefer
Yeah,
your mom.
exactly. So we had to live apart. My dad had to get another house. He stayed in Uruma and we stayed in Umoja.
You as the children.
Us as the children.
So your dad is now living with a stepmom
Yeah.
and her child,
Yeah.
and you, watoto wa your dad,
Yeah,
in another house.
Yeah,
Okay.
the four of us. And with a house girl at that time.
So at that moment, you don't even have a father
I was,
figure
yeah.
to be there.
And I didn't have a mother.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was now in high school. The whole of high school, you know, we didn't get that communication with my dad, like for him to understand my needs, my priority, you know, to follow up. And I think I didn't even concentrate much in my books in high school. And after my Form 4, I remember I didn't do very well. And in class 8, I had passed very well. But in high school, you know, you don't have a mother figure, your father is a part-time, and you don't have that relationship. So it was difficult for me. And after high school, because I didn't pass well, like to go to university, my dad asked me, what do you want to do? I told him, I want to do fashion and design. And he was like, what? Fashion and design? You want to learn up to Form 4, then go and be fundi of cherehani? And I'm like, Dad, I wish you just knew what I have in my mind. Because I was just seeing myself designing, you know, clothes. Nice, yeah. Now, he told me, I can't pay for that. You will do hairdressing. I had to do that, but it was not my passion. And I'm that person who doesn't like sitting down and waiting for things to come, or like, you know, hairdressing, you just sit there, wait for a client to come. It's not like now, and it was a long time ago, over 10 years ago. It's not like now, like I will market my business on Facebook, Instagram and all that. It's not like that. This is the mtaa salon. So I saw this is not working for me. I used to have the salon. Because I didn't know how to plait. So I got someone to plait. I was doing the blow dry, the set and all that. I decided to get another job. There's a friend of mine who was a neighbor. She used to work in Nairobi Water, and she told me, you know, I work in Nairobi Water. My work is to unclog the sewer line. And I told her, the way you make yourself, your perfume, your makeup, that's a lie. When there's an opportunity for the kibarua, you call me. I come. I'm that person who likes facing challenge, and I believe there's nothing I can't do. So she got an opportunity to tell me, there's an opportunity. Do you want to come and do the kibarua? Remember, I have my salon. I used to go for kibarua from morning till 3, and my salon is still running. Yeah. And I worked there for like a whole year. It's Kibarua. After 4 months, you stop, then you're called back. And I remember our neighbor, who is now our MP.
Okay.
Yeah. I told him, because now he had become a councillor. I told him, you know, the Kibarua I used to do has finished, and you have an opportunity to thank people for Kibarua since you're the area councillor. I remember he told me, when I get the opportunity, I will call you. First, I want to thank him, because when I look back at my life, the people who surrounded me made me who I am now. You remember I was in a boarding school, so I didn't know how to socialize. When my mom died, our MP, he had like an estate fellowship. He gathered the members, they come and prayed at our matanga. And that really moved me. And I was like, wow, these people, even they're my neighbor, I don't talk to them because I don't know how to socialize. And they came from, yeah. And after that, they invited me for fellowship and all that. That's how now we got close, like with the Uri. And I'm that person, like I've told you, I don't sit and wait for things. So I joined the estate gym where the boys used to do boxing. I was the only female. Now I was working out with them, not to be a boxer, but just to keep fit. Yeah. And there arose an opportunity. And we were told that there's an opportunity for someone to be employed in the matatu sector. Like, you know, we call them the Kamjesh. We are the staff for the circles.
Kamjesh?
Yeah, the Kamjesh.
Okay. What do they do?
Like, they do a lot. Like, in our circle, there's a stage clerk, someone who collects the circle revenue and give out receipts. There are those who are on the stage to see that people are behaving, the clients are going well. They can account for things happening around. And I was told, do you want that job? And I was like, me, will I be able? And I had people who believed in me. They told me, the way I know you, you are the best. So I got in the matatu sector as a stage clerk. We used to wake up at 5 a.m. You're supposed to be at your workstation. It's somewhere outside, like where the vehicles they start carrying. You're there. You make sure the client get in well. You sign the way bill. And that's how I entered the matatu sector. But it was really tough. You know, when you're there, they just see you as a prostitute. You're called names. They want to make you give up. But I was a fighter. I remember one of the Makangas told me, do you think you'll ever get married? And that time I remember I used to have dreadlocks, very long, which I think they helped me, because, you know, girls with dreadlocks, they're intimidating. So that made people fear me. Even guys approaching me like, hey, I want to be your boyfriend. It used to intimidate them, which was okay for me. A Makanga told me, do you think you'll ever get married, you? Me, I cannot allow my wife to come and work such in a matatu sector, because the perspective that is out there is like they are prostitutes, they give themselves easily, they can be used anyhowly. And that wasn't me. I was employed in 2011.
2011, that's 9 years from now.
Yeah, and I'm still there.
And you're still there.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Yeah. I got in there when I was a girl. Now I'm a mother of 3.
Okay. Let me just take you back.
Yeah.
Being that you went through grief at class 8, and now you've lost your mom, and the only person you expect to be there, who's your dad, is no longer there.
Yeah.
And being the second born, definitely, and the second born and name's Chana.
Yeah.
You know, like the mom of the house.
Yeah.
How was it going through your process, your grief, handling your family? Did you have any support? How kukwa na zile thoughts in your head of I need to go out and get myself, do something crazy, have fun or something? Did you go for counseling?
No, I didn't go for counseling.
And another thing is, I don't know, I feel like most of the times tukiwa hiyo free, we do not have parents to push us.
Yeah.
Hiyo ndio ile time we get to, most children get spoiled.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed that didn't even happen to you.
For me, I thank God. I surrounded myself with friends who, I used to have girlfriends who we are still friends to date.
Nice.
And we used to go, like we hustle, we get 500 bob. You know that time you can party. We used to go out, our fun was dancing. Even beer was not the main thing. Maybe you get 2, 3, or you don't drink at all. We were those girls who went out, we have our own money. So we made sure that the way we go out is the way we'll come back home. So we made sure no one was seduced to go with a guy. That's how my party life was.
Nice.
And I thank God when I got tired of it, I had not messed up like knowing drugs, smoking, those things I didn't do.
Thank you very much, Lily, for sharing with us.
Yeah.
And you know, from just talking to you, my head is just telling me, Joy, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything you want.
Yeah,
you
true,
know?
true.
And most of the time, we hinder ourselves from achieving goals because we lack that belief in our own self, that
True.
motivation, just being our own cheerleader na kujembe bebe unaweza do it.
True.
Despite the tribulation, despite the obstacles, if you put yourself in determination, utamaneuver. And I thank you very much. You're such an inspiration.
Thank you.
I thank you for where God has placed you right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? You've shared with the ladies outside there that God covers his own people.
True.
You know,
True.
you didn't have your mom, you didn't have your dad, but still God covered you and protected you from other things because alikuwa anajua.
True.
Anajua huyu nikimwachilia kuna mahali kutenda vibaya, and we thank God for you. We appreciate you. May God continue elevating you and taking you to levels where you yourself cannot imagine.
Amen.
Guys, that was Lillian. Believe in yourself. Whatever you do, always be your own cheerleader.
True.
And I urge you right now, ladies, just wherever you are, if you're feeling down, if you feel like you do not have the self-confidence, if you feel like you cannot do it, go on your mirrors, speak to yourself, tell yourself that you are powerful, that you are brilliant, God loves you, and you can do whatever you want to do, so far as you involve God in it.
Amen.
Ladies C.L.C. Remember to always join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Our social media handles are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ladies C.L.C. Thank you, and join us next Wednesday.